All right, you thought the tournament action was over, but actually we are doing a for fun showcase of what the tournament is capable of here. A run back between Crazy Four Blades and Ren. They did a 5-race showcase not too terribly long ago for Randomizer Brazil. Shout outs to you guys. But they're running it back. They're doing a full set here today, a best 2 out of 3, to showcase what the tournament format has to offer in 1v1 races. So these players, they went through the pick and ban system, and they are now racing the Recycler preset, starting with the Axe Lord armor in their inventory. Let's go. They do need to take that off if they want to check the relic up here in the castle entrance. As always, these players are going to be starting in the second castle, which gives them access to a fake version of the Leapstone and Gravity Boots while they're in the second castle. This also means they get to check that entrance relic early, which is pretty interesting. And Ren already deciding, trying to figure out which direction to go. This is one of the scarier starting locations, but because there's a bunch of high-level enemies that do a lot of damage, you're going to have to be very precise in your ability to kill them. Oh my god, Crazy Four Blades using the back of the Lightning Brand to kill the Flea Rider Ouroboros. I forget the exact enemy name. But makes it through and has killed a lot of enemies. That's a lot of levels under his belt. Gets a couple of item checks out of the way. Mojo Mail found for Ren by the Dodo. And this is Recycler, a preset where there are multiple copies of important relics. This has kind of become a fan favorite and a racer favorite preset because you have so many options available to you. Your routing abilities can kind of change, ebb and flow depending on what it is that you have at any given moment. And the fact that you can say, I'm going to go to the left this time instead of going to the right, or I'm going to do an early library card or whatever. Your routing decisions can end up being less difficult or less punished because there's multiple copies of important relics. So for example, if Soul of Bat happens to be in one location and your opponent finds it, that doesn't mean that you won't find Soul of Bat in another location, for example. I'm glad more presets got made that are enjoyed. Yes, exactly. No, the Randomizer devs have done a fantastic job of creating a lot of very fun, interesting ways to play Symphony of the Night. And I took it upon myself to try and piece together a format that utilizes a lot of the new stuff and creates a new and fun, interesting play experience. For example, starting in the second castle. This was an option that wasn't available until this year, I want to say. So the second castle starts, the random room in the second castle, I believe just became available this year. So this is the first tournament to take advantage of the option to do so. And I wanted to see how are players' routes going to vary based off of that second castle start. The other thing that we're seeing here is these players are killing a lot of the enemies right now because there's another new randomizer option on, which is guaranteed drops. So by killing enemies, they are guaranteed to drop either their common or their rare drop every single time you kill them. This is on for the entirety of the tournament, which is really cool. So now you're never going to be in a scenario where, oh, my opponent got lucky and found a random drop that led to a duplicator. It's like, well, you had the option to get that duplicator too. You just have to kill the same enemies and get the same drops that way. It kind of evens the playing field for random drops a little bit without just completely taking them away, which is the other option. You could just take away random drops entirely, which is less fun, especially, you know, we're playing a randomizer after all. And funny enough, one of the random drops found was the Power of Sire. And Crazy Four Blade says, you know what, Power of Sire, that's pretty decent for killing our old boy Beelzebub here. But Beelzebub is one of the scarier early game fights because we see Ren takes poison damage from the worms on the ground. And Crazy Four Blades was taking damage from the flies. But the Power of Sire was definitely the correct play. And finds Leapstone for it. This is a copy of Leapstone, which is why the tracker has the Nose Demon relic showcased there. So basically useless relics for the normal game, things like familiar cards or like Fairy Scroll or Spirit Orb. These are relics that don't actually progress the game state. Those have been replaced with copies of original relics. And the best part is if you find multiple copies of a relic like Leapstone, if you find 2 copies of Leapstone, Ren gets slammed across the room by a fly. Ooh, he is in trouble now. He should be using all of his potions here. You got nothing else to live for. Shield potion acquired. Don't get hit by the fly, Ren. He's trying to dive kick off the flies. This is very scary for Ren. Meanwhile, Crazy just gets to run free and explore more of the castle. This is a huge time sink. This is one of the other reasons why I like the second castle start, is it forces players into some serious early game boss fight scenarios. And it's going to be a matter of how comfortable are you with your early starting gear to destroy these bosses. I imagine Ren is going to go for some spells here. I think he has a Mana Prism as well. Uses the Mana Prism. Soul Steal, gets all of his life back. During the Soul Steal animation, the Mana Prism procs, and he gets all of that health back. Crazy, on the other hand, by the way, almost died to a Guardian. Barely makes it through the Jacko Bones. This is why I love early second castle, folks. Makes it to the save room, refills his health. Doesn't even go for a save animation, says it's not going to happen again. I don't need to save the game. I ain't scared. Ren finally takes out Beelzebub. Definitely a difficult fight there. Meanwhile, Crazy Four Blades on the left masterfully dodges those Guardians. They are definitely some of the strongest enemies in the game. Is able to carefully maneuver through there. I'm happy to see two of the top players in this tournament didn't die. They're definitely struggling a little bit, but they didn't die. And even like someone like myself, who's been playing this game 10,000 hours, has played thousands and thousands of randomizer seats, sometimes I make an oopsie in my own preset when I was doing testing and practice for tournament stuff. I had some oopsies. I had some early deaths. It happens. Happens to the best of us. I think every single player who has entered this tournament, either in practice races or in the preliminary tournament races, has experienced an early death from the second castle stuff. Second castle enemies just hit hard. They just do. So we're seeing a slight lead for Crazy Four Blades here on the left side of the screen. Gets the reverse All Rocks Warp. Now this is a moment where someone like Durdrak would be probably going for an early kill on Akmadon here. But Crazy says, I just need to stay alive. I'm going to get the health from the wine. And now Ren's chance to deal with the Guardians, ducks under the Sword Blast, trying to go for a Hellfire here, gets the Hellfire, cancels through there, dive kicks out of the way. And Crazy, on the other hand, 2 health to his name, 2 HP, and is right next to his save room. Oh, doesn't have a shield on, though. And I think Medusa Heads might be able to spawn at that level, but no Medusa Heads show up. And Crazy Four Blades, yet again, moments from danger, survives. And is now going to be going for some item drop chances versus these Karasimons here. So both players, he gets a Maulblung Sword. The Maulblung Sword, a very, very powerful item. Wow. Very, very powerful. It essentially is a very strong sword, similar power level to the Alucard sword. And on top of that, allows you to use the shield combos the same way that like the shield rod does. So again, super, super strong. So far, yeah, Crazy Four Blades opts to not do that Akmadon early skip with the dive kick strategies. Instead says, you know what? I'm not going to mess around with this skip. I'm just going to go play the game somewhat normally. And he's in the lead, so it makes sense. Dragon Blitz, where do I catch up on previous races? I forgot the URL name of the YouTube channel. So I have a main YouTube channel, which is mostly scripted content and what's the word I'm thinking of? Like video essays. Whereas right now, the second channel, the daily uploads channel, is all the stuff that happens from the live stream that I think is worthy of a YouTube video, ends up on the second channel, Dragon Blitz Daily. So we've been doing daily uploads of all the tournament stuff. It'll say in the, because we're still a little bit behind on the daily uploads. They're delayed by like maybe a few days. So I think there's 4 tournament races up right now. It'll say race number next to it, and those are the tournament prelim races that have happened so far. But great question, and I hope that helped. So yeah, exclamation mark second in the chat also posts the link. And then exclamation mark YouTube pulls up the main channel, which I am still working on main channel content, okay? It's coming, just slowly. Slowly but surely. These video essays, they take a while. They take a while to come together. It's a lot of scripting, recording, editing, blah, blah, blah. You guys know the deal. But I'm still working on it, I promise. I promise. Nice. Also, by the way, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern, breaking news, we're going to have our first real tournament match between Durdrak and Major Seaman. So that's 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. Should be a great time. I'm very excited. Is all bosses required for this? No. The trackers do show all of the bosses, but you don't need to worry about that. Don't even ignore the bosses. It's just Vlad relics. Also, I forgot to mention, there's extra Vlad relics. Recycler is a preset where there are 3 additional Vlad relics added to the pool, and you only need 6 out of the total 8 in order to beat the game. Forgot to mention that part. So the tongue of Vlad was added, the ear of Vlad was added, and the bone. No, he already has his boner out there. What's the last one? Brain. Brain of Vlad. We have Ren fighting off against Medusa, and Crazy Four Blades finds the Form of Mist. This is an additional copy of Form of Mist, as you can tell, and also Leapstone as well. So once they get to the first castle, that's crazy. Okay, both copies of Leapstone were in the second castle. But the fun part about having multiple copies of Leapstone means once they get to the first castle, both copies of Leapstone are active, and it gives them 5 jumps instead of just 2. So these players are going to be able to jump out of logic into locations that you wouldn't normally be able to. In fact, it's active right now. You see Crazy Four Blades doing all those extra jumps. It's very fun. They stack. Not only do they stack, they give you additional benefits. So the way that Recycler works is there is an additional buff given to relics if you get both copies. So for example, Soul of Bat, there are 2 copies of. If you get both copies of Soul of Bat, Wing Smashes and being in the transformation is free. It does not cost magic at all. Your MP bar does not move. Same thing goes for Wolf. If you find both copies of Soul of Wolf, you get free MP on the Wolf transformation. And you get the discounted MP costs from the Lycanthrope preset, if I remember correctly, which means you can essentially move in wolf form very, very fast for little MP. I think the same goes for Mist. If you get both copies of Mist, the Mist transformation becomes free. And then both copies of Leapstone give you 5 total jumps, which is a lot of jumps. It'll allow you to do some fun logic breaking skips, which is really cool. That's so inspired. I believe that's a Mozilla creation, if I remember correctly. Can we Gamba? Honestly, it's a little late. We'll do a quick one. This is also a for fun match where players might throw. Keep that in mind. This is a tournament showcase where players might throw. But so keep that in mind. Even if you think Crazy Four Blades is in the lead, anything can change at any moment. So keep that in mind. I'll give you guys 2 minutes on this prediction. Who do you think is going to win, Crazy Four Blades or Ren? And honestly, they're not that far apart as far as like total checks. They've done similar numbers of checks. They have the same relics. So yes, we are done with preliminaries. We don't have any official tournament matches to showcase today. However, we do have these 2 players who are doing a little bit of a grudge match, a for fun 1v1 to showcase the tournament action for everybody who wants to watch it, as well as showcase how the pick and ban system works. For example, the reason we're playing Recycler is because before the match started, I asked these players, we We did a coin flip. Ren won the coin flip. He banned a preset to start the match off with. I believe it was Cornivus. And then Crazy banned the other two that we just did earlier today, which was so much randomizer. My brain is melting. Rampage and Chimera. So Ren had the choice between trying to do a race for Recycler or Nimble-Lite, and he chose Recycler. Ren is trying to use all the additional jumps to check the location at Power of Mist, but just barely gets messed up by the Flea Riders. Oh, here's an interesting one. Crazy over here, dive kicking off the candles to give himself a chance to check the Fire of Bat check. 4, 5, barely makes it with his 5th jump and gets rewarded with a Vlad Relic. This is why Recycler is dope. This right here, actually utilizing the additional jumps from both Leapstones. And Ren is committing to this skip, it seems like. I mean, you have 5 jumps. 4, 5. I guess he uses 6 because you get 1 back when you dive kick off something, maybe? I don't know. Somebody explain it to me. Power of Wolf acquired for Crazy Four Blades. Not necessarily the most useful. Oh, Ren finally gets it, and he's rewarded with a Vlad Relic of his own. Rib of Vlad. Let's go. Dude, I love this preset. This preset's so sick. Boners, you know what to do. You may rise. I would like all of the boners in chat to please rise. I guess if you're watching this on YouTube later, you won't see the boners rise, but trust me, they're rising. And if you are watching this on YouTube later, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It does help me out a lot. It's a free way to support your boy, especially with all the tournament stuff going on. Join the live streams if you would like to, twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. I'm trying to stream as often as possible, usually in the afternoons for most people in the US. And Crazy also, by the way, getting a lot of stuff done here. Gets the gravity boots early, which is really nice. Ren finds the second form of mist as well. So they've gotten completely different routes at this point. Ren says, you know what? I have everything I need to do Alchemy Lab, so I'm going to do Alchemy Lab first. Finds a second copy of Form of Mist, which essentially means he has infinite MP while in mist form, which is pretty nice. And then finds Power of Mist, which is flight. So there's multiple ways that these players can fly here, it seems like. Oh, I think that's the intended form of flight, actually, because Leapstone was available in the second castle. Both Leapstones were available in the second castle. So the intended form of flight for the seed was Mist and Power of Mist. However, Crazy Four Blades has Leapstone and Gravity Boots, which is full flight at this point. And another Vlad Relic acquired. So there's 3 Vlad Relics already known. For us. These players, however, Crazy only has 2 known, and the third one's really easy to find. It's in Castle Keep. Pretty much every player is going to full clear Castle Keep as soon as they find flight, and as soon as it's convenient to do so. Yeah, this seed in particular is a great showcase for this preset. Ren using all of his double jumps to get up here, and finds Jewel of Open. That's pretty big. It's always nice to find Jewel of Open. That unlocks the entirety of the caverns, as well as, for Ren, he should be able to, because he doesn't need Spikebreaker to do this check, even though the randomizer recommends it or assumes that you will use Spikebreaker to check Silver Ring. So Ren has everything he needs to check Silver Ring early, and that out-of-logic check could come in pretty clutch. My guess is it could be something like Holy Glasses, which will give you access to the end of the game. Silver Ring, by the way, found for Crazy on the left side of the screen. Finds it in the shop. Buying that Silver Ring is pretty important. Buys 2 Covenant Stones as well. Puts them in his pocket. Just additional damage possibilities. Yeah, I'm not sure what these players are using as far as weapons go. I honestly haven't really been paying attention. I mean, Maul Blung is great. Asafune, Maul Blung plus Fire Shield, fantastic combo. Probably put on Fury Plate or Platinum. Yeah, either or. And then double Covenant Stone. Yeah, 106 total attack power for Crazy Four Blades. That's pretty decent. That on top of the Fire Shield is huge. Ren also, by the way, finds Tongue of Vlad, new Vlad relic acquired. And we just see the Heaven Sword get dropped by the dolls here. Oops. This must be so hard to route properly. Because you have so many options available to you and there's so many additional copies of Vlad relics and copies of progression relics, it kind of comes down to just try and route as efficiently as possible, make some important calls early game that hopefully lead to additional progress late game, as well as can you execute additional skips and stuff like that. Damn, what does that tongue do? Hopefully win the race. The tongue, I believe, gives you discounted magic cost for spells. And Soul of Bat found, that's pretty convenient because you know what is a spell? Wing Smash. So not only does Ren find Soul of Bat early, which is going to increase his movement potential by a lot, he also found the Tongue of Vlad, which is going to reduce the amount of magic to cast the Wing Smash spell. So he's going to be zipping around really fast and has plenty of magic to do so. That's pretty big. Oh, just kidding. I lied. That makes sense. Tongue is spell damage increase. Brain is MP discount. I lied. Mozilla in here to correct us. So now his Wing Smash will do 10 billion damage. And Fire of Bat found, sadly, a useless relic in this preset. As cute as it is to see the bat shoot out little fireballs, unfortunately, they're just not very good. But here we're going to see Crazy Four Blades also finds his second copy of Mist and the Power of Mist as well. You know what we should do for recyclers? I should have like a custom layout thing to fix the additional relics or something. So that way people are things. For pinned chat, it's begun, not begone. What did I say? Has begone. No, it's... I'm telling you guys, begone. I don't know. Also, Thrashquatch. Sorry I missed that Prime sub earlier. Thank you very much 2 minutes ago for that Prime subscription. My apologies. Bad streamer deserves to get sent to jail. Directly to jail. Oh, it's because I don't have the alerts on this page. That's why. My bad, my bad. So we see Crazy Four Blades has already done the library, which is how he found Silver Ring, as well as Gravity Boots. Meanwhile, Ren has done Alchemy Lab and is now working on Alrox's quarters. So both players making progress in different parts of the castle. Ren struggling maybe a tiny bit with Alrox, but Alrox, I mean, to be fair, he's a bit of a jerk. So it's understandable. And what does Ren find behind Alrox here? Another Vlad relic. So that's 3 total for Ren. Because the... you'll see right here is the what is normally considered the spirit. No, fairy scroll. Jesus Christ, my brain. We've been cooking all day today. The fairy scroll is additional Vlad relic. I believe the additional Vlad relics are found at, if you guys are curious, on the tracker. I'll show it on Ren's side. It's the fairy scroll, Spirit Orb, which is right here. So that's an additional Vlad relic. That's the Tongue of Vlad. And then Ear of Vlad is the Force of Echo, I believe. Just kidding. I lied. Ear of Vlad is Spirit Orb. Because that was at Sword card. So Ren now has 4 Vlad relics. Which means all 6 are in the first castle. So now it's a race to find the missing Vlad relics and Holy Glasses. Is Ren going to find Holy Glasses here? No, it's Echo of Bat! So now he knows where Holy Glasses is most likely to be. Because Holy Glasses, I believe, is the highest complexity step for this preset. And the only location that's locked behind Echo is the Spikebreaker location. So Ren uses his library card, which I don't remember seeing where he found that, but that library card is going to help him out a decent amount because Crazy had to go to the library the old-fashioned way, I believe. Yeah, this seed is nuts. But Recycler is a preset with a lot of potential. Although we could see a world, actually, now that I think about it, where Gold Ring is at Spikebreaker. And then Holy Glasses are vanilla? That's also possible. Yeah, Ren was the first to find Soul of Bat. Oh, there's the library card. Crazy finds it on the left-hand side here on the way up to All Rocks. So he's not going to have... Ren's not going to have the advantage of having the extra library card over Crazy. Crazy is a diligent item checker. Nice. I didn't know the rings are sold at a price of 1 in the randomizers. Is that how it works? The gold and silver ring should be free. Any important relic / item that the shopkeeper sells should be free, I'm pretty sure. To prevent being money locked. Did Ren visit the shop? Yes, because he has silver ring in his inventory. Yeah, it might just be that you saw purchasing for a quantity of 1, potentially. Either way, that is Ren with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Vlad relics. And Crazy Four Blades is... Oh, going to the save room to refill his MP. I was like, where is he going? He needed to refill his MP. Makes sense. You do need that that juice. That good blue juice. Stay topped off. Oh, no. I think Ren wins this, actually, because I think he's going to be first to get 6 Vlads. Because Crazy got his 5th right there. Because Crazy didn't find the Rib of Vlad at Castle Keep because he didn't do the flea ladder. Ren stuck with the flea ladder, lost some time doing so, finds a Vlad relic early. This gives him the info to skip everything that is not progression. Crazy, on the other hand, does not have that info. And the reason I'm saying that is because this is the 6th Vlad relic for Ren. You only need 6 to beat the game. Now, where is Crazy going? Is he going to Castle Keep? Ooh, okay, so he's going to find potentially the 6th relic here? Because he's not using his library card. Yeah, finding all 6 Vlad relics that you need early does give you an advantage, because now you know, skip everything. I don't need anything. Double Varda, by the way, dropped by the Skeleton Halberds, I think, for Crazy Four Blades. That will help make up time for some damage stuff, but I think Ren's damage is also good. So, yeah, 166 damage per swing is pretty insane. Meanwhile, Crazy's doing all this stuff. Does get the Maria skip, which is nice. Wing smash through the life max up to skip the Maria cutscene. The only downside is Ren is making progress, like real progress towards Holy Glasses. I guess the only upside is that Crazy's going to have that library card for later once he finds Holy Glasses, depending on where it is. But Ren is definitely in the lead so far. Because as far as Ren is concerned, the winning play is go directly to Spikebreaker. Spikebreaker will be the missing piece that he needs. Meanwhile, Crazy doesn't know that yet, and he has to do extra checks. But the first extra check that he does is his 6th Vlad relic. He's like, all right, I'm in go mode. I just need to find glasses. So he should take advantage of this and go straight to the caverns, basically, which is where Ren is right now. And Ren is skipping all the checks, too. Yep, he's going straight down to the catacombs. Yeah, the seed is pretty fast, and also using the All Rock Warp I think is maybe slightly faster than Ren's route, barring the library card situation. Such a fun preset to watch. I mean, the differing routes can converge in interesting ways. It's all going to come down to movement and the library card usage, most likely. Ren is doing an extra check here. I don't even know if it's worth it. An extra Vlad relic. Holy 7 Vlad relics. We've got all 3 extra ones. Fun fact, if you find all 8 Vlad relics, I think you turn into God. Yeah, that does. Now with the brain, you get the cheaper wing smashes, which is going to increase movement potential for Ren. But yeah, the Spirit Orb, the Fairy Scroll, and the Echo of Bat are the 3 additional Vlad relics on the tracker. I think I might, for the actual tournament, once we do like legit tournament matches, I'll try and make a custom tracker to keep track of that stuff while using their real sprites. I just need access to the sprites, which should be doable, actually. I can just rip them from the game. Yeah, if you find all 8 Vlad relics, you have permanent Dark Metamorphosis and all of the potion buffs active at once. So Ren is on his way to the Spikebreaker location. The information of the seed essentially led him here, and it is Gold Ring, as I suspected. But I will say, anything that it induces more movement like this, Ren has to go all the way out from here because he doesn't have a library card. However, Crazy might be able to use a library card to help get an additional bit of time back. The question is, will that time that he gets back from the library card be the difference maker to finish the seed quickly? He also has better damage as well, I'm pretty sure, but both players have decent damage, so it's a toss-up who's actually in the lead. It's going to come down to how much time save comes from that library card. Ren used his early, whereas Crazy definitely has his still somewhere. And there's the Brain of Vlad for him, so now he gets the discounted movement options. They're basically passing each other now, but Ren has to use the warp here. It's going to be not that close, actually, now that I look at it, because Ren is right here and is going to be first to grab the Holy Glasses. Damn. Damn. Because now the library card doesn't matter at all. Unless... No, because the library card I don't think can save enough time from the Holy Glasses location either. Yeah, Crazy's doing all the same item checks as well. But yeah, Ren is now acquiring Holy Glasses. I'm pretty sure this is guaranteed to be Holy Glasses. And there's the library card usage. He has an extra one, actually. Hold on. No, that was his last one. Just kidding. Damn. Unless Merman? I don't think it's possible for it to be Merman, but maybe I'm wrong. They didn't check the holy symbol, is I think what they mean. Yeah, this is Holy Glasses. Holy Symbol or Spikebreaker might be there or something, but yeah, Ren first with Holy Glasses and is on his way to the end of the game. Close race, close race. It really did come down to, funny enough, I think the winning play was the Flea Ladder, but if Crazy Four Blades somehow 10D chest saw the Echo of Bat and went straight down to Spikebreaker immediately and said, I don't need another Vlad Relic, I'll just find one along the way, he literally would have found one along the way. And that might have been the winning play as well. So maybe if you have 5 out of 6 Vlads, you just assume you're going to find the 6th one along the way. That might be the meta because that would have won him the race for sure. And you could always also check Castle Keep before going to the second castle. So the idea that he needed to check Castle Keep right then and there, in my mind, was maybe a little bit of a greed play instead of turning around and going to Caverns right away. That's the only thing I can think of that would have changed the outcome for Crazy. Finding bat first. I don't think the bat first actually mattered. In the grand scheme of things, I don't think that was the decision maker. I think it was the fact that Ren got to skip the movement that Crazy did, going from Silver Ring all the way to Castle Keep and doing the Castle Keep checks then. That was the decision maker. And also, I think Ren used his library card in a more efficient spot. Those were the two things. Because Ren used his library card to do the library checks, whereas Crazy went to the library and then had to use his library card just to skip a teleporter. So it just was slightly less efficient. Either way, just say Ren gets lucky. True. True. Very true. The people are saying that this is indeed true. But yeah, Ren is on his way. Crazy gets the glasses. So unless Ren has a skill issue on Shaft and Dracula, which is, he has Alucard Shield. And I think I saw him pick up Malblong earlier. Yeah, there's Malblong. So unless Ren somehow forgets how to do the Alucard Shield combo. Well, you live, you learn, you laugh, you love. It was definitely a close one. It was a close one. Some very small differences in routing decisions and how it played out for the rest of the seed. I think there is a world where Crazy Four Blades does the gamble after finding Echo of Bat and immediately turns around, or says to himself, you know what, I have 5 out of 6 Vlad relics. I'm just going to find the last one on the way, either in the second castle or on the way to Holy Glasses. There's also a world where once you see Echo there, you basically know that the second ring is going to be at Spikebreaker. So then you could use that to your advantage. To skip some checks and then only do the important ones on the way. Oh, Crazy Four Blades just activated Richter phase 2 because he did too much damage to Richter. Is he going to get the bad ending? Crazy, don't get the bad ending. Which one was it? He got the bad ending. He got the bad ending.
The war between humans and vampires finally...
He wins. He beat the game first.
What need for the shepherd when the wolves have all gone?
Let's fucking go.
Has come to an end.
I've never seen this in a 1v1 match. I don't think I've ever seen someone get the bad ending. Oh my god. That's so funny. Oh, just in time too. For Ren to finish the seed. Oh my god. Dude, that's so funny. Project Omega, thank you for the sub, by the way. I very much appreciate that. Holy GG's. Let's go ahead and set up for race number 2. That is 1-0 in Ren's favor. But let's see. These players will have another strike and ban situation. So let's go ahead and get that figured out. We're back with race number 2. Ren is up 1-0 over Crazy Four Blades. I have to give you guys your prediction winnings again. We'll start the prediction earlier this time around, though. So Ren won the last one. Can Crazy bring it back? We're playing Nimble-Lite. Nimble-Lite, these players are going to start with a lot of very powerful movement options. Let's get them started in the race. Again, thank you again to Crazy Four Blades and Ren for showcasing what this tournament is all about. This is a for fun, friendly match here, or a grudge match, potentially. These players got some bad blood. They like talking that trash. And a familiar card found immediately. Both players saying, I don't need it. I don't need it. And they spawn here in the reverse caverns next to the waterfall. Normally one of the scariest starting locations in the game, but because these players start with Soul of Bat and Infinite Magic for their Wing Smashes specifically, it is not nearly as scary unless you drop a Wing Smash. Crazy Four Blades drops a Wing Smash by jumping into the water, but overall not doing too bad. Players, it looks like they started with the Gurthang weapon. Very, very powerful. Crazy wants to do both item checks to guarantee them. I'm not sure where he's going. Is he trying to kill the enemies to guarantee their drops? Or is he thinking, well, I need to kill all bosses anyways. I'm going to do Grand Falloon. Sorry, not Grand Falloon. I'm going to do Galamoth in Death first, whereas Ren is doing the left side of the caverns first. I'm not sure which route ends up being better. But Ren finds Alucard's sword. And Crazy Four Blade says, you know what? Gurthang is strong enough to beat the game, so I'm going to use the Dark Metamorphosis, power up my sword, slash all up on death. Meanwhile, by the way, Ren in the right side of the screen does find the Eye of Vlad. So that's pretty fun. You do need all of the Vlad relics to beat the game. Also, all of the bosses are going to be required in order to beat the game. So basically, it comes down to who can route the bosses most efficiently, as well as find the small bits of intended progression here and there. I imagine both players are going to stick inside the second castle for as long as possible in this type of preset, because you have access to every boss in the second castle from the start here, so you might as well stay here, kill all of the bosses while you're here, have a good time. Does that mean TTS is off as well? Yes. Currently, TTS is off. This is the layout I will be using for the tournament, so I didn't want any major distractions during hype tournament moments. But good question, good question. Yeah, finding a library card is big. You know what else is big? Alucard Shield right before fighting Galamoth. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Alucard Shield and Shield Rod acquired. So if Ren did they start with Alucard Shield? I imagine so. So Ren needs to find that Shield Rod to have the same damage output. It was on the way. I think it was just sitting in one of the caves on the way to Galamoth. So Ren should find it. He's pretty diligent about item checks. I am somebody who doesn't do a whole lot of item checks. I like to risk it. You know, Gurthang, that's good enough to beat the game. I'm not going to do extra item checks. I'll try and save time on movement, is my thought process. But Crazy Four Blades showcasing the power of the Alucard Shield. Galamoth's head is, he's almost out of bounds here, but it doesn't matter. Shredding through his massive HP bar as quickly as possible. And Ren, on the other hand, is grabbing the warp. For what reason, I am unaware. That's, So Ren grabbed, because actually grabbing the warp here makes sense. Never mind. You want to grab that warp anyways, because that could be your warp that you use to get to Dracula. And Ren does find the shield route as well. So this is going to be a high power, high octane, fast movement, fast damage race here. So it's going to come down to whose movement is better. Who's got the slicker movement? Can they move with the slickness? Can they move with swag, perhaps? Efficiency and routing is also going to matter a lot. This is why I like this preset a lot, too. This kind of acts as a counter pick for players who are confident in their movement, where it's like, I have infinite mana to use on gravity jumps, wing smashes, whatever. And utilizing that to the best of its ability is what makes or breaks the top-level players. It's all about movement, and that's something that we in the Symphony of the Night business absolutely love. This game is all about the movement. Probably one of the most underrated Schmovement video games, IMHO. Granted, I'm biased because this is my favorite game of all time, but I think people underestimate the Schmovement in this game. We were showcasing some of that Schmovement earlier today. And Ren does a fantastic job depleting Galamoth's life bar incredibly quickly. And now this is where the routes get a little bit interesting. Crazy Four Blades is about to do the boss fight that Ren did with Doppelganger 40, except he has the Alucard shield. Oh, he's going to do this check as well. He has Alucard shield, which is going to speed up that fight significantly. Meanwhile, Ren has already done that fight, so now he has to decide when he leaves the catacombs and exits the mines, is he going to go back to the left and do like creature and stuff like that, or is he going to go down into the right and go into the reverse alchemy lab, reverse entrance into reverse alchemy lab? So this is where the routes are probably going to split off. I imagine Crazy is going to go all the way to creature. He's going to exit down here, go to creature. So now they're splitting the castle left side versus right side. That's my guess of what's going to happen here, just based off of the positioning that they're at. I don't see a world where Ren backtracks all the way to the left side of the caverns again to go to creature. I don't see it. I think his next boss he's going towards is Beelzebub. So Crazy Four Blades finds Form of Mist. This could indicate where the seed wants them to go. Crazy's looking for some potential item drops, like a library card. I think library card is basically like the one thing you really want to find here. Ren's doing the exact thing I thought he wouldn't do. And now they're basically tied. And Crazy's like one room ahead. I didn't think it was going to... So it turns out Crazy Four Blades either better movement or more efficient in his routing. I think his routing ended up being slightly more efficient, but... This is a pure race right here. Holy. Surely they're not stream sniping each other and just following each other the whole time, right? Right? Right, guys? Quick, stand still for 10 seconds if you're stream sniping each other. Gotta wait for the delay, and... No, I guess they're not stream sniping each other. Okay. Because they definitely would have done it. But here they are. Ooh, dropped wing smash. Is that enough for Ren to catch up? Not quite. Not quite. Yeah, Crazy Four Blades is about like a room and a half ahead. So now this is just straight up who has the cleaner movement. They're taking the same route. They're doing similar item checks. Who's got the cleaner movement? I guess Crazy is actually skipping a couple of item checks. And this is where it hurts to do those item checks because Ren is doing all these item checks, not finding anything for it, and giving Crazy the ability to take the lead here and extend that lead wider. So now, this is why I personally struggle to know when is it too much as far as item checks goes. Because now Ren is like, well, I've done all these item checks. If my opponent doesn't do these item checks, I need to find something to make up the time. My opponent will just outplay me, outmaneuver me if I'm constantly doing item checks and I don't, if my opponent doesn't do the item checks and I do, is what I mean to say. So now you're basically put in a situation where you have to find a library card. You have to find the Mana Prism or whatever. Because at this point, actually, Mana Prisms don't even matter because they have infinite mana, essentially, for what counts. And I think Crazy is full aware of that. He's like, you know what? I don't need to do item checks anymore. The only thing that can help me is a library card. And maybe he'll do high density of checks when he gets the chance to. Oh, but he gets stoned twice! Live on stream in front of everybody? You're not allowed to get stoned on stream, right? Sunk cost. Well, it's not just sunk cost. It's also just, like, real. Because this is all time that, like, you can't get back, right? The only way you expect to get that time back is if your opponent makes a mistake or spends a lot of time farming for items. So if you're the one farming for items, it's like the only way to get back into the race is going to be by finding a library card. Crazy's not even doing the checks that are more likely to be library cards. Those three pillars right outside of the Darkwing Bat Room, they have a higher likelihood to be a library card because they're guaranteed to be single-use items. It's just hard programmed that way for whatever reason. And finds nothing, just Fairy Scroll. But it doesn't matter because all bosses are required here. So Crazy is choosing to go directly to the first castle which is not exactly what I expected. I expected you to stay in second castle, but yeah, you see Ren's doing all these item checks, and if they happen to be nothing, Crazy Four Blades just makes up time for free. Yeah, it was a decision that Mouse made when making the randomizer, because he didn't like the idea of, I think, items disappearing that were like not single-use items, something like that. Yeah, I think Ren is doing the second lap. Yeah, Ren is grabbing the warp, and he's going to go to Medusa now. So this is a complete route split. So now it's going to come down to whose route is more efficient. Finding the silver ring there is maybe a little scary, especially if gold ring is still in the second castle. Because this is the risk you run when you leave the second castle is like, yeah, I found mist in the second castle, but is that guaranteed to be progression? What if it's mist plus Jewel of Open? Are both progression items, and it leads to Spike Breaker. You know what I mean? So this is going to come down to, instead of a movement race, it's going to come down to whose route happens to find the correct relics in the correct spots. But we'll see. Ren does find a Malblung sword, but like it's like not that much better, honestly. The other thing, too, is Ren is staying in the second castle, which means if he does find a library card, that library card might be pretty efficient. Because using a library card to go from first castle directly to second castle, or sorry, the other way around, going from second castle directly to first castle is incredibly fast. It's probably the most efficient way to go between castles. Most of the time. Especially if you already have Mist in your inventory. This is one of those things where if Ren finds that library card, he's in a really good spot because he gets to go to the library for free. Meanwhile, Crazy is using his movement to get to the library. So that is just free movement, if you want to think of it that way, that Ren gets to save by doing a library card. The issue is if he doesn't find that library card, then Crazy is progressing through those locations earlier, which could end up mattering. So we'll see how it works out for these folks. And we have Akmadon on the right side of the screen, fading away slowly but surely, as he always does. And it's a familiar card. Meanwhile, Jewel of Open is found for Crazy Four Blades. That's one of the few, like, I guess, ways for him to get punished now found. We still have Gold Ring in the second castle to punish Crazy's routing. We have a Merman statue in second castle to punish Crazy's routing. He's basically banking it all on, I found the progression relic in the second castle. It was missed, and we're going to move on from here. But the thing about Nimble-Lite is that this preset is relatively low complexity requirement, which means the odds of having multiple relics on the same step that lead to progression is a little bit higher, if I remember correctly. I think that's how it works. You would think I would know exactly how it works as a guy who plays this game professionally, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So Crazy is going to be the first to do this mist check here. Remember that mist was found in the second castle, which means by definition it's a pretty high complexity step. And if he finds nothing here, that's a little bit scary. That still leaves Silver Ring on the table as a potential mist guarded location. But we'll see. Meanwhile, Ren hasn't really found anything in the second castle yet, but there's still a few checks left, right? This being one of them. Who's left? It's Beelzebub, and that's it? Is that correct? That's what it looks like. So Beelzebub has to be an important relic here. Crazy Four Blades, I think, finds the Rib of Vlad in the shop. Is that how it works? And Ren is definitely doing, because he doesn't have Jewel of Open, he has to do this route to get to Beelzebub. So that is a bonus for going first castle early. That Jewel of Open is going to come in handy here. So if I remember correctly, the minimum complexity count for Nimble-Lite is 6. So since you start with full flight, any location that is guarded by flight or transformation, like Soul of Bat, is immediately available to you. So that's all considered like the base layer. So with that in mind, I think right now Jewel of Open is like the first castle progression item that we've seen so far. We'll see how it plays out. So it really depends what's here. So Ren, if you're wanting Ren to win here, you kind of want to find Gold Ring here, right? You want him to find Gold Ring. Otherwise, I think Crazy's route ends up being relatively efficient. Also, you got to know Alucard Shield versus Beelzebub. Yeah, it's a little bit awkward. Yeah, you got to hit him in the back of the head if you want to do that strat. The dive kick strat is a little bit more technical, but also pretty efficient. And it's a familiar card. So with that in mind, Ring of Vlad found for Crazy Four Blades, and there is nothing stopping him at this point. Oh, and Ren doesn't even have a library card. Dude, Ren is hard punished by staying in the second castle. Crazy Four Blades kind of just like in the clear. And Ren has to go all the way over here to get to the warp, to get to the first castle. Meanwhile, yeah, Crazy's route is going to end up being way more efficient in the long run, it seems like. Yeah, switching castles ended up being the correct play. It was a bit of a risk, but now that doesn't mean that there isn't room for Ren to catch up. It all comes down to Crazy not making any costly plays and maybe Ren skipping a few relic checks or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. But at this point, there's like nothing technically demanding about this seed outside of movement. So if Ren has significantly better movement and Crazy Four Blades controller explodes and somebody walks in with a giant bucket of honey and slathers it all over the controller while he's playing, that could slow him down enough. Is that another Vlad relic? I couldn't see it. Did he just... I saw a relic there, but I don't know if it was a familiar card or a Vlad relic. It kind of looked like Heart of Vlad to me. Surely Crazy isn't skipping Heart of Vlad, right? The one of two missing relics that are 100% required for the seed. Surely he didn't just skip it, right? Find Spike Breaker. That means Silver Ring is unlocked as soon as you find Echo. Or sorry, not Echo, but Silver Ring is unlocked as soon as you find Mist. That's the way the progression works out. Which makes sense, because Crazy is on his way to Mist. My guess is that that is either Final Vlad or... Yeah, it has to be Final Vlad. Ren finds a Mana Prism and goes back for it. Ren also doing extra checks that Crazy didn't do. Crazy did not do the attic checks. And finds a library card. Well, well, well. The library card comes into play here. If Ren finds a way to utilize that library card to its fullest, is it possible that he can make up the time? Spirit Orb with Skill of Wolf? Oh, you went back and checked? Okay, never mind. Then Crazy's fine. I thought for a second it looked like Heart of Vlad, but all good, all good. So yeah, Crazy's just in a very powerful spot here. He is going to have to make up time in the second castle boss fights, but it shouldn't be too difficult for him, to be honest. And Ren, I imagine, is, going from Castle Keep is going to do the Clock Tower into Library. Basically the same route that Crazy did, but now he's doing it quite a bit behind. But he's already done the entirety of the second castle, so we'll see which route ends up being more efficient. I imagine Crazy's route will be more efficient in the long run, because he's going to be able to kill Beelzebub and then immediately beat the game. That should be the last thing that he does. And Beelzebub is right next to the end of the game. Meanwhile, Ren had to go to Beelzebub and then go to a warp to go back to the first castle. Or to get to the first castle in the first place, I should say. And that library card's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting to make up that time that he lost. And he's still doing more item checks, too. Which is, I guess, understandable. Like, he doesn't know what's in the shop yet. He doesn't... Maybe he's looking for a duplicator to utilize the additional library card that he found. Crazy said, nah, I don't care about any of that. I'm just using my movement. I'm schmoving exactly where I need to be. And so far, it's working. It is most definitely working. So this is that silver ring check that I was talking about earlier on Crazy Four Blade's screen. As soon as he stops getting owned by the hunting girl. So he has Spike Breaker on, but I imagine he's not going to use it, because, like, why? Just take the damage, cancel with Hellfire. Yeah. I would even cancel maybe with the Shield Rod spell, because why not? And it's Merman Statue. Okay. That is pretty nice. It means that you're not going to get baited later. So, that's pretty good. That also means Holy Glasses is probably relatively low in the complexity chain. Potentially. We'll see, though. We'll see. Yep. So this is another instance where... oh, Crazy hasn't done Hippogriff yet, so that makes sense. So he's doing this route so he can go kill Hippogriff, one of the required bosses. Does get owned by Hippogriff, even though he has the strongest weapon in the game. Get owned. And then from here, he's probably going to use the warp to get to the caverns as quickly as he can. We'll see if Ren ends up deciding to do a different route, because he technically can use the Jewel of Open that he has in his inventory right now to go to caverns. And I wonder if that is a play that he's considering. Granted, it would screw him over because he doesn't have Merman Statue, but technically he could do it. Rib of Vlad purchased from the shop, and it looks like the shop didn't have anything else useful for these players. Yeah, unfortunate. Ren did go out of his way for extra item checks and got a lot of money, but the money don't mean anything if there's nothing to buy. This OST goes so hard. Shoutouts to Vampire Survivor. Vampire Survivor's Ode to Castlevania DLC. The music is... it's peak. Alrighty. Looks like I'm getting to the end of my water bottle here, which means my voice is about to get real messed up. But we will power through for the sake of this epic Symphony of the Night randomizer action. It's fine. I don't need to talk tomorrow. Although we do have a tournament match tomorrow, but my voice will heal by then. I'll make sure to drink plenty of tea. Did you know that Medici.com is a real website that your HR department will love? It's true. If you're on your corporate accounts, your business computers, whatever have you, make sure to go to Medici.com for a little surprise. Medici has it all. There's Ring of Vlad for Ren. So yeah, at this point, Ren is basically playing catch up and hoping that his movement wins him out in the long run. So this is going to be a long time waiting to see who's actually in the lead here. My guess is still Crazy Four Blades, because I think Ren is just basically doing the same route now that Crazy Four Blades already did. So... and Crazy finds Heart of Vlad. So now the only Vlad relic he's missing is the final one. With that in mind, you probably go straight to Merman Statue, right? I guess you have to kill Scylla regardless, but... So Crazy Four Blades is missing a couple of bosses in the first castle. He's missing Holy Glasses, and he's missing the final Vlad relic. So we'll see where that ends up being. It's likely linked with the Merman Statue. Or it's just right behind Merman Statue guarding the Holy Symbol. So he's going straight there. Makes sense. Or he's opening it up and then leaving. Never mind. Doesn't make sense. I don't know what his deal is. Yeah, the only way the Alucard Shield spell runs out in this version of Symphony of the Night is if you hold the spell or hold the shield out, and while you're holding the shield out, you go to 0 MP, or if you hold the shield out for 255 total seconds. So, no sub alerts is confusing. I missed a Prime sub. I'm so sorry. Gamboler, thank you for the Prime sub. I very much appreciate that. Sorry, we're using the tournament layout, which does not have the alerts set up yet. I theoretically could add the alerts for now and just make sure to turn them off later. In fact, I will do that. There we go. The alerts are so back. Can someone subscribe real quick, please? Simply gift 1 million subscribers to your boy. Rare early DB. Is it early or is it we're up late? That's the real question. Well, thank you for that Prime sub, Gambler. Reminder, if you are watching, you got that Amazon Prime rolling around. Oh my God, I was joking. I was trying to do the Prime pitch. But Nightstorm with the 5 gifted subs, thank you. I was memeing, but I appreciate them nonetheless. Thank you. And if you got gifted a sub, make sure to thank Nightstorm as well as to spam your favorite emotes. I wasn't memeing. I was being serious, streamer. By the way, what did he find? He found the ring. Okay, so gold ring was behind holy symbol. Makes sense.
That didn't count? You're smoking my penis right now.
I mean, it is late night. Maybe we do get weird with it. The reason I turned the alerts off is because I didn't want to freak out everybody on the front page who's like, what's this guy talking about smoking penis? It's time to get weird. It's late night with your boy. Sappho, thank you very much for the sub. Yeah, I was saying something about primers. Yeah, primers rise up. Use your Prime sub. If you got it, it's free, etc., etc. You guys know the spiel by now. So yeah, Crazy Four Blades doing the correct decision here, which is skipping pretty much every relic check at this point because he knows exactly where the final Vlad is. It's going to be at the Holy Glasses location. He shouldn't even check this. Ah! I lied! He's checking it! He checked it because he loves the Soul of Wolf so much. I'm trying to think if there's a world where he gets punished for that, and I don't think there is. I think players are just so used to the idea of checking Demon Card, and it's like a 10-second check. You lose so little time doing it, but like, I don't think there's a single relic on the board that saves him time. Wolf doesn't even save him time, so it's like, yeah. Oh, maybe, he's still looking for Holy Glasses. Actually, I changed my mind. I'm wrong. He's still looking for Holy Glasses. I lied. It's literally my job to play this game for a living, and I didn't notice that. He needs Holy Glasses, so that's why I did the extra check. Oops. My bad. It's been a long stream, y'all. It's been a long stream. But it's been a lot of fun, and I thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. It's been a great time. It hasn't even been that long of a stream. I'm just, it's been a lot of tournament action. Vanilla Glasses. I don't think it's possible because specifically we know that Mist is in the second castle. Mist, which we can see on Ren's screen, is required to get to the Silver Ring location. The Silver Ring location is what gives you the Merman statue. The Merman statue gives you the other ring. So, ergo, that would mean Holy Glasses would be locked behind needing Holy Glasses. Because the way that the randomizer works is that when you start in the second castle, the game doesn't know that you started in the second castle. So the relic locations are placed assuming that you start in the normal starting location. Something like that, etc., etc. Twist, they're both doing 214.4%. I believe that's the Saturn all map percentage, and then 200.6 is the PlayStation 1 full map percentage. I wasn't expecting the subs. 7 years. We have Ranch with the tier 1 sub for 7 years. Bro, we're so old. Fuck.
Oh, he's coming.
And Baka Blue with the Prime.
He's coming. What do I do? Help!
Primer's rising up on today of all days, on the front page of Twitch Day. Happy front page of Twitch Day for all those who celebrate. Thank you guys for hanging out for this incredibly fun stream. We'll try and keep it going for as long as we can before I eventually get exhausted and pass out. I think after this race here, assuming Crazy Four Blades wins, we have one more match to determine who the true winner of this set is. Reminder that this is technically a grudge match / friendly match / technically not part of the tournament, but it is a great showcase for what the tournament is going to look like starting tomorrow. We'll have the 1v1 matches starting tomorrow. We did the last round of preliminaries earlier today. And you know what? Crazy Four Blades and Ren said, I want more action. I want more tournament action. And Ren is just now making it to the caverns. Meanwhile, Crazy has full cleared the caverns, knows exactly where the final Vlad relic is, theoretically. He also found holy glasses. I wasn't sure where exactly those were. I think they were at Spikebreaker, which makes sense to me. So with that in mind, I think that guarantees, final Vlad relic is at the holy glasses location, which is where Crazy is heading right now. So he's basically in a soft go mode because he still needs some bosses to clean up, but he'll be able to go from boss to boss to boss and just like speed run through it. Whereas Ren is still doing this whole caverns side quest shenanigans to find the final Vlad relic. I mean, he still is cleaning up the bosses too. He has 3 bosses left. And Ren does also have that library card as well. That's important to note. Ren is, I think, the only one out of the 2 competitors, so that's how that works, with a library card. So 2 minus 1 is 1. Unless while spieling to you guys, I didn't notice Crazy Four Blades finding a library card. It's possible. It's very possible.
That didn't count? You're smoking my penis right now.
Yo! Just got Padrian. Thank you for that Prime sub. Don't need to get paid for that Prime sub. Comes free with the Amazon Prime account. But I appreciate it. Primers rising up. You'll love to see it. The other thing we love to see is Crazy Four Blades getting the final Vlad relic. He just needs to kill the last bosses remaining on his tracker. Remember when I paid you $420.69? I do remember. Because I remember having a meltdown over getting that much money. Yes. It's hard to forget. Especially with a name like Just Got Padrian. The synapses, or what are they called in the brain? The neurons, they clicked on that one. But yeah, as we can see on Crazy Four Blades tracker, he just has a couple of... oh, where's my mouse? A couple of bosses missing right here, here, and here, as well as the shaft orb. So I could get the big pointer out, actually. You know what? Why not? I just got to transfer it over. Watch out. Big pointer. Sorry, my mouse is on the screen, y'all. And I'll just move this down here. But then I need to move this here, which means I can now move... Yes. It's all coming together. Perfect. So now I can point the pointer at the screen and then hide it behind my webcam. As you can see here on your screen, the shaft orb is actually what needs to be killed here. And this time... Crazy doesn't mess it up, but does get the rare Richter blowjob animation. Oh my god! It fades to white before we could see what was really going on there. What was Richter's head doing down there? But yeah, actually saves Richter this time and doesn't get the bad ending. And Ren, on the other hand, doing extra relic checks because he's missing the holy glasses. I think Crazy skipped this check over here. This was the check over to the mermaid statue location normally. And if I remember correctly, Crazy skipped it because he knew he was going all the way to... Yeah, and it was literally nothing. He knew he had to go all the way to Spikebreaker anyways, most likely. So with that info, he said, screw it, I don't need it. And now, Crazy just has his 4 bosses remaining. We have Medusa, into Achmedon, into Trio, into Beelzebub, and then he's done. This is what I was saying earlier with the routing being more efficient, but yeah, there's not a whole lot that Ren can do to catch up here as far as damage goes, because they're both using the Alucard shield with Shield Rod combo, which is just incredibly fast, incredibly strong, incredibly hard to beat. So with that in mind, this library card's going to have to do a lot of work, but I don't think the library card is going to be enough to save him here, because he still needs to go to Holy Glasses and stuff. It's kind of a mirror image of what happened in the last race, where Crazy was holding on to his library card, and it wasn't enough to make up for the advantage. And Ren now has been holding on to a library card, and that library card is likely not going to be enough to make up for his advantage. Or disadvantage, I should say. Tell Crazy to throw. Maybe if you drop a $10 million donation in Crazy's stream right now, he'll start throwing. It's possible. I can't say that these players haven't been paid off by the Mafia. I can't say that. It's Ren's turn to get the bad ending. That would be really funny. Yeah, because Blades is on his way to Trio. The Castlevania 3 Trio. Shout outs to them. Chat, who's your favorite Belmont and why is it Ralph? Real ones know about Ralph Belmont. The most powerful Belmont that nobody talks about. And this is yet another boss down for Ren as he gets behind Granfaloon, doesn't find the glasses. Fake Sypha defeated. Sonya because she had baby with Alucard. Is this real? Hold on, I'm not up to date with my Castlevania lore. This is real and true? Isn't his full name Ralph C. Belmont? Is it? Something like that, yeah. Jedediah Belmont, because imagining an Amish Belmont is funny to me. Wait, is this real? You're telling me they have Amish Belmonts? I guess it would make sense, actually. If there was a Belmont in close to modern times, they would probably be Amish, right? Very real, but Igarashi said it was non-canon. Yeah, but like, who says Igarashi gets the monopoly on Alucard? You know what I mean? He was merely picking up the pieces from CV3. Is this the finals? No, this is not the finals. This is actually a grudge match between Crazy Four Blades and Ren. They had a tournament showcase match before the tournament started, and now, before the bracket starts for the official tournament tomorrow, is the first bracket match of the top 8. These players said, you know what? Let's get a practice match in, and on top of it, whoever wins gets to gloat about it. These players are both the 2nd and 3rd seeds, respectively. So these are top 3 players currently. Durdrak is the 1st seed. So we'll likely see a match like this closer to semifinals or finals. But in the meantime, this is a show match, and it looks like, yeah, Crazy's route ends up being insanely more efficient in the long run. Because look at this. Ren's not even going to give himself the chance to get the bad ending before Crazy finishes. That first castle play just ended up saving so much time. I think also Crazy saying, you know what, I'm done doing item checks, put Ren in a situation where he did a lot of item checks and lost a lot of time because of it. Will Crazy Four Blades defeat Dracula or will he choke? I mean, Most likely not. He just has to hold out the shield button, and that's it. And Dracula will basically die on his own. So I guess he has to jump a couple of times. And sub 40 acquired before Ren could even get the final Vlad relic. GG's, it is now 1-1 in the set. I'll go ahead and spoil it. Ren doesn't need to finish this, right? I know Crazy needs to go to bed, so we'll start the last race, hopefully, quickly here. Yo, GG's.
Jeez, wait, I lost time.
I was cooking that seed. I know it.
You definitely were. You cooked very hard, and your decision to go to the first castle early ended up saving you, I think, a decent amount of time. And your decision to just stop doing item checks as well, I think, helped keep you in the lead the entire time.
Yeah, Ren said that he found a library card, and I was just like, okay.
Yeah, the library card didn't matter. Yeah, because that's the other thing is the last race that you two did, you had an extra library card that ended up not mattering. So
Yep.
sometimes the library card's good, but is it good enough to save you all the time it takes for you to look for it? You know, it depends.
Yeah. That's
Oh my god.
And not only that, you were able to.
Like,
I was gonna say you were able to.
like crap.
I was gonna say you were able to beat the game so fast. Ren can't even do the secret strategy of getting the bad ending because he's not even at the castle keep yet.
That's also true.
Alrighty. Do we want to just quickly run into this last one, or since I know you got to go to bed soon, Crazy?
I can do a third one.
Alrighty.
Best of three.
We'll finish up this best of three, which means you can ban a preset. Yeah, Crazy gets to ban one preset.
See, I know I don't have to ban Cornelius because he's gonna.
You know, let's play Carnivals. It's the last preset to showcase today.
It is true.
You know what? Yeah, I'll just ban whatever's not Cornelius, and you know, if you want to choose Cornelius, then that's fine.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's just do that.
That will showcase all the presets.
Sounds good. Fantastic. Well, then let's go ahead and get that set up. Here we are for the final race, race number 3. Crazy Four Blades won a game. Ren won a game. It all comes down to this, folks. Who is going to be the grand winner of this grudge match? Crazy Four Blades or Ren? We have people voting in the chat right now with their channel points. Millions and millions of points on the line for this, quite literally.
I'll suck you dry.
I'm coming.
And we all feel that way. That is right. Nerd King Ivan, thank you very much for the 9 months. Very, very much appreciate it. And we are starting the seed off here with a Cornelius seed. The way that this preset works, if you guys are unaware, is we have the starting wolf relics available for these players. They're starting in a random room in the second castle as well. And the wolf movement is discounted overall. But it looks like Crazy is opting to, instead of using the wolf movement to get by, he wants to use the strength potion to get an early level up off of this floating zombie here, as well as the Cthulhu, perhaps. He also uses defense potions to stay healthy, which makes sense. Starting in the second castle can be quite scary. Both players, I think, have opted to use their potions to stay healthy here. That or they just have really good defenses. I'm not sure. It's very possible that they have, like, God's Garb or something. But this is the final tournament showcase race. No matter what, a winner is going to be decided here. And we're already seeing a difference in routing. The way this preset works is not only do they start with those wolf relics, they are going to be required to find all of the Vlad relics, all 5 Vlad relics, as well as kill all of the bosses. So there is a argument to say that you want to stay in the second castle and kill the second castle bosses since you're already here. Or do you want to go to the first castle and try and find progression relics to make your second castle better? You know, better weapons, better movement, etc. And it seems like these players are definitely going to want better weapons because I think they started with the short sword. So not very great. Not very great. Thank you, Ivan, for those bits as well. Appreciate it. Other hits involve referring to Craigslist as Clist. I guess that makes sense, yeah. The Clist. Craigslist, shortened to list. No game music tonight? What do you... I'm not sure what you mean by that, old school. We are listening to the Ode to Castlevania soundtrack because I've just been bumping it lately. I like it a lot. And also, I don't know if these players have their mics on, so they could be talking to their own stream, saying all sorts of obscenities. And Ren does decide to choose a slightly different route, goes to Akmadon early, finds the Ring of Vlad at Akmadon, so both a required relic and a required boss fight. And Ren is going to go all the way to Allrox's quarters warp, the reverse Allrox quarters warp. Meanwhile, Crazy is just punching away at Medusa, fisting the Medusi, if you will. Shoutouts to Medusi.com for all of your important needs. And I imagine these players are both going to be doing quite a bit of item checks on the way. I'm not sure which weapon Ren is using. He must have found it from like one of the enemies that he killed or one of the item checks that he did on his route. But they're already, these players are choosing two separate routes, and it's going to come down to which route is better, whose movement is better, who makes better decision making. So we'll see how it works out. It was the Asafune as a drop. That's pretty good. Asafune is one of the better weapons in the game. Mormagil, on the other hand, not nearly as good. It's a decent sword. It has a good hitbox, but the dark element, unfortunately, is a relatively weak element because so many enemies in the game will either resist it or absorb it. So it's not amazing, but it could be worse. It at least has decent enough stats. It was from a Karasamon. Okay. Asafune from Karasamon. And Mana Prism found. So there is a Mana Prism farm potential. And a gauntlet found. Will Crazy go for more Mana Prisms?
That's my new catchphrase. Jizz it up.
It is one of those things where it's like, dude, the Mana Prisms outweigh the time you take trying to find them. You know what I mean? He's farming for these Mana Prisms, but how many Mana Prisms actually are going to save you time in the long run? Who knows? And what if you find a duplicator? You might not need multiple Mana Prisms. It's tough to say. Twisty Tank, yo, live, Torny at work. Yo, what's up? Thank you for the 16 months, my dude. Appreciate y'all. Is the stream so late night that the European folks are finally getting to tune in after I haven't seen you guys in a while? Is that how it's working? Shout outs to the Europeans and the, or maybe East Asian folks as well. It's also very possible. I used to stream earlier back when I was on the East Coast. That's all I know. Gold ring found for Ren. Currently watching from Korea. Oh, you work overnights? That too. It's also very possible. It's later for Europe, 5 a.m. What about the Europeans who wake up and grind? You know what I mean? Surely there's like European versions of those like super mega grind set folks who are like, I wake up at 4 a.m. I do a cold plunge into a cock and ball torture or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't watch those TikToks. I just don't watch TikTok, to be honest. It's like noon in Aussie land. Yeah, shout outs to the Aussies. Watch out for drop bears. Every day I just think like, how do they live their lives knowing that like in every single tree is a drop bear? You know? It's terrifying. Australia has some terrifying flora and fauna. Huh? Watching from Brazil, it's 1 a.m. here? Hell yeah. Let's see. So yeah, the difference in routing here, I think, is going to end up benefiting Ren, depending on how Crazy Four Blades plays this. Because he's staying in the second castle, which means he'll likely continue to find the same checks that Ren has done at this point. But we'll see if Ren decides to go first castle early or not. Because now the only difference is Crazy hasn't done Akmadon or Trio, but he can always do those later. It's just a matter of, does he go to the first castle before getting that gold ring? Because that could be the difference maker. That ends up saving Ren a lot of time. Or we've seen this happen before, where players will find one of the rings in a location that the other player doesn't. So they go to the Holy Glasses location, but then Holy Glasses is something like Spike Breaker or something useless, or like Echo of Bat. Where it's like, technically it's a progression relic, but it's a progression relic that you usually don't need because there's other ways to get around needing them. So you never know. EU regulations keep it to Turkish grind consistently. Very fine grind. Makes sense. That's a coffee joke for all those who aren't aware. Hopefully this isn't a 1 hour seed for our sakes. Joke's on you. It's a 3 hour seed. We're here forever. These players are going to keep dying back and forth. You know who's also not having a great time right now is Crazy Four Blades, because his weapon is slightly worse than Ren's. This could give Ren the ability to catch up quite a bit, and no relic found either. He does have those mana prisms. He has the gauntlets as well, and Ren is on his way to potentially doing the first castle. He's doing the checks down here. Finds an attack potion, luminous, more mana, jewel knuckle. When I think of Jewel Knuckles, I think of Knuckles, but he's fully blinged out. Knuckles from Sonic the Hedgehog. And Ren is on his way to the first castle. So this is going to be yet another difference in playstyles here. Ren saying, you know what, I don't really want to keep doing stuff here in the second castle when I could be making progress towards the important stuff in the first castle. He might be thinking, I found the gold ring. That's probably the progression item that the second castle wants from me. It's possible. But there's also other possible useful relics still to be found in the second castle. So we'll see. Something like a Gravity Boots, Mist, even a Soul of Bat. There's a lot of possibilities left on the table here. So Ren's kind of playing for, I want to make progression and I want it now, versus Crazy Four Blades, who's playing a more patient approach where he's doing boss fights where he can here in the second castle. Struggling to get that gravity jump, though. There he goes. Yeah, if your rando seeds last longer than 4 hours, you should call a doctor. That is true. Very true. So we'll see how this plays out. So now, yeah, it is really going to come down to which items do they find, which relics do they find. Force of Echo is useless. Ren using a save split to check this. This is actually interesting tech. I've never really thought of doing it like this because you don't want to miss out on doing the Karasamon boss fight as well as going all the way through Clock Tower. Ren doesn't have a way back up, but instead saved the game at the top part of Castle Keep and now doesn't have to... Oh. No, he just drops down anyways. He save split to save himself like 2 seconds. That's fine. That saves you time too. Don't get me wrong. I thought he was doing like a Giga 12 head mega big brain play, but in reality he was just save splitting to save like 3 seconds, which is fine. The idea you had was correct. He just decided not to go Clock Tower this time. Okay, so he has done this before. Okay, got you. He did a double save split. Never mind. He's the GOAT. Holy. He went to Castle Entrance and said, nah, I don't need it. Never mind. I take it all back. Ren's the GOAT. The double. Okay, this is actually a really smart play. I've never thought of doing this. Wow. Crazy Four Blades finds Echo of Bat really unfortunate because that theoretically could have been Soul of Bat. I think they're in the second castle. They're essentially equivalent. I guess there's a rare situation where Soul of Bat is your transformation. No, because they started with a transformation. Never mind. Yeah, I like that play. Save in the upper part of Castle Keep. Do the Castle Keep check, the Leap Stone. And then check entrance, and then... If nothing is there that you need, you just reset and now go all the way to through the Clock Tower into Outer Wall. It's a really very cute route decision. The only downside is it might not matter, is the problem. It depends on if staying in the second castle ends up being better. And in a preset where all bosses are required, I think on average staying in the second castle can be quite good, but it also depends on your damage, your movement options available, etc., etc. And so far, Crazy hasn't found anything too crazy. Nothing I'm crazy about, I should say. But he still has quite a few checks left. And by quite a few, I mean like Death Galamoth. And as far as he knows, what's it called? Don't look at crazy screen. Don't look at his movement. It's RNG setup. It's a heap setup for RNG manipulation into arbitrary code execution. All of that movement was 100% intentional. Don't make fun of him. He's the stream's special little boy. Please don't make fun of him. Yeah, this is a tough one. The seed is looking quite barren overall. But who's to say? I mean, Crazy is still making progress because he's killing bosses. That's one of the reasons why I like the all bosses requirement, where it's like you can pick a route that is technically like worse, but you're still making progress. And also, Crazy's progress is never going to be technically gated at this point. Like, he's never going to be cut off from progress because the second castle is fully available to these players. Yeah, he's going to switch to Zweihander because he doesn't respect the dark damage on death. I think, does death absorb dark damage? Professional Symphony of the Night player, by the way. Does death absorb dark damage or does he resist it? Because I don't think he does. My brain is telling me that death does not care about dark damage, which would make, if that's the case, that would make Morgamil slightly better than the Thrust Sword. Also, Form of Mist found there in the library is kind of nuts. That's a huge pickup for Ren. And he wastes all of his MP to do a tiny Mist Wolf Rise. Oh, does he have a duplicator? Because he just used a Mana Prism. I wasn't looking on his screen. Did he buy a duplicator? Did he find one? Or is he just wasting his library, his Mana Prisms? He has a duplicator. Oh, that's tough. Okay, I was going to say it might come down to whose route's more efficient, but also finding a duplicator early to give you infinite mana is pretty good. Also finds Jewel of Open behind Mist. Oh, behind a Mist Lock. And he has library cards. Oh, chat. We need to talk. Everybody who put their money on Crazy Four Blades, we need to have a discussion. It's not over. But if you need to leave the room, I understand. That's tough. Yeah, there's very little. Yeah, that's one of those cases where the second castle having no additional progression outside of that gold ring is pretty brutal for Crazy Four Blades, because now it's not even like his movement here is going to help him, unless specifically he finds a library card and he finds all the same things Ren has found somewhere in the second castle, which is going to be tough because there's not that many item checks left. Crazy Four Blades basically needs a library card. Ren might kill Richter, the knight's still young. Technically true. Varda's good. I mean, hold on. Pause. Champion. Varda's pretty good. The library card would go crazy for Crazy here. But he's not finding one. Have a good night, Jay Phillips. Appreciate you hanging out tonight. Yeah, this is one of those scenarios where Crazy needs a miracle. He's putting on the Graham. A fantastic weapon in its own right, don't get me wrong. S-Stock dropped, basically useless. He has one more chance to find a library card, I think. Right here. Doesn't find it. I mean, he's going to stay in the second castle, but this is where things get tricky. And also, we already found Echo of Bat in the second castle. The odds that Soul of Bat is also in the second castle is incredibly low, which means Ren might be in the castle that has Soul of Bat, and he has a duplicator and Mana Prisms. Ooh, that's a little tough. He's also using the Graham to kill Galamoth, where Ren, when he kills Galamoth, is just going to throw a bunch of stars at him and he's going to die. This is going to be tough to come back from. Ren's going to need to make a major mistake, I think, at this point. His route is just paying off big time for him. And this is funny because this is the second time we are seeing a seed where the win condition is kill all bosses. However, killing all bosses didn't matter? Or, sorry, the win condition is kill all bosses, and you start in the second castle. So the conventional wisdom is stay in the second castle so you can kill all the second castle bosses. You need to do it anyways. But the Nimble-Lite seed going early first castle helped a lot. And now in this seed, it seems like early first castle is also helping a lot. Galamoth could also have a library card, actually. There are 2 items that spawn right here. A library card could show up. And actually one next to the check, the relic check. So there's 3 chances for a library card. Not okay. One last chance for a library card here. And it is Mermaid. Pause. Win condition spotted. Galamoth with Mermaid statue. That's potentially important. And everybody believing in crazy. We are so back. The only downside is Ren is going to be able to do the check a million times more efficient than he does. But Ren is going to have to backtrack potentially to do that check, depending on where Jewel of Open is. Oh, Ren already has Jewel of Open. Okay, so Ren is guaranteed at this point, I think, to backtrack for that check. He also finds Gravity Boots. Oh, boy, oh, boy. It's still not necessarily over, but it's also not we're so back. You know what I mean? We're in a superposition between it's so over and we're so back currently for both players, honestly. It's kind of a toss-up. That mermaid statue puts a big wrench in the situation. Because Ren is getting all of this progress done. He's moving very fast. He found powerful items. Theoretically, Crazy can do all of that stuff too, and he already has Mermaid Statue. The problem is Ren's efficiency in movement right now going to outweigh the fact that he's going to have to backtrack later, potentially, for whatever is behind the Mermaid Statue at Holy Symbol. Theoretically, it could just be Spike Breaker, which would be devastating for Crazy. It could be Spike Breaker. It could be Soul of Bat, which is also technically not required. It could be the other ring that then leads into one of those locations. We don't know. For future reference donation buttons, I believe they are linked in the description of the live stream, potentially. I'm not 100% sure on that. Not sure, Nolan. Good call. I could find it, though. I know it's linked on the Twitch description. The Stream Elements page button. I'll find it real quick. Oh, is that not it? Hold on. Yeah, Stream Elements /DragonBlitz/tip. But thank you for asking. I appreciate that. I'll post it in chat now. Why did the library card have a down arrow? That's because this preset uses the modified version of the library card, the reverse library card, which gives you the choice between using regular library cards or warping directly into the second castle. I'll take a look at that, Nolan. Thank you for reminding me. So this preset allowing for reverse library cards means Ren, once he saves Richter, will have access to warping directly into the reverse library, which is pretty powerful. Ooh, Crazy's not doing the same route Ren did with the outer wall. early outer wall, so that he's going to lose a little bit of time as well on Ren's routing. Yeah, the randomizer this year in particular has had so many developments in different presets, different things that are now available. We even have like a beta map rando in progress from SotN. Like, there's a lot going on. Yo, how's it going, Jack? Yeah, we're still live. We are still live streaming. Yeah, the color palette swaps are great. There's a lot of really cool, like, quality of life stuff and fun stuff going on here. Oh, snap! Crazy Four Blades with the mist, or not even mist wolf rising, but wolf rising with the thrust sword technology. Shoutouts to Low Percent Wolf. It's unfortunately a very slow way to gain... Oh, height! Oh, no! He messes up the timing a little bit. He's at the very bottom of the screen. He needs to gain height. Meanwhile, Ren is making progress towards Silver Ring. Depending on what's here is going to matter a lot. Silver Ring has Leapstone? Leapstone? Is that the intended form of flight for this seed? Is that what I'm looking at here? Now, Ren needs to stay alive here and not die to the spikes. So he's using iframes plus the Hellfire to get through the spike room. Crazy, on the other hand, struggling with the Wolf Rising here with the Thrust Sword. Just one more should be enough to get up there. Yes, he makes it up there. And his reward, drumroll please, everybody, he finds nothing! Let's go! Literally nothing! Yes! I love Randomizer! Yeah! You know, I think Ren is completely running away with this. I don't see a world where Crazy can come back unless a miracle. A literal miracle. A rift opening in the sky. The rapture actually freaking happens finally. All those people that were freaking out about the rapture a few weeks ago were like, oh, actually it's today. That's possible. I mean, the infrastructure for delivering power to homes in Brazil, that's Silver Ring, could fail Ren. That is also possible. We never know. The power outages are real. So we're in a world where the merman statue is kind of a 50-50. So it's either Silver Ring, or sorry, Gold Ring in the second castle is the progression that you need, or the actual progression that you need is this was merman statue. So basically, if Ren finds something at what's it called, Holy Glasses, it's kind of over for Crazy. Also, he's struggling a little bit with the Wolf Rising here with a Thrust Sword. It is tricky, the timing, but he's getting better at it. He's getting the full height there. He just needs to buffer the attack a little bit cleaner. He's getting better at it. Hold. One more. Oh. Just keep going. Never stop. There he goes. Okay, he's gotten better at it. And he finds nothing again. Oh my god. Dude, Crazy. I would be so mad. You're telling me I did this slow-ass Wolf Rising bullshit twice to find nothing? That's brutal. Brutal stuff. Meanwhile, Ren is just freaking swagging all over the place. He finds Gravity Boots flight locked, so I think... Or sorry, Power of Mist flight locked. So Mist and Power of Mist is not intended flight. It might be Leapstone Gravity Boots, which means Spike Breaker is just chilling in the caverns, probably? Damn. Yeah, super unfortunate. Yeah, Crazy's route is just not panning out. The only saving grace is this merman statue in his inventory. If you believe in Crazy Four Blades, you need this merman statue to be everything. You need that to lead to freaking library card, gravity boots, leapstone, mana prism, duplicator, bat, all in the same room. Is it possible? No, but that's what he needs. Also, that could be a library card, I just noticed.
I'll suck you dry.
I'm coming.
Crazy Four Blades just passes by a item that looks like a library card. He finds the gravity boots, so he's going to be able to check it, though. So, it's not bad. He also gets flight this way, out of logic flight by transforming on transforming. He's not checking the library card. What are you doing? What are you doing? There's an item right there. Oh, he's checking it. Never mind. He's doing it. Chat, he's doing it. It was a meal ticket the whole time. He should have skipped. Oh my God, Crazy Four Blades gets baited so many times today. But you know who's not getting baited? Me with this Prime sub. Thank you, Hawk Art, for the 2 months of Prime. Thank you for the good luck to all as well. Primers, don't forget to rise up. This is going to be our final tournament showcase match for the day. And you can show your support by dropping that Prime sub, making sure you don't see any ads whilst doing so. And it is free if you got that Amazon Prime. Crazy Four bait? No, dude. We're not calling him that. I refuse. Yeah, I rolled a seed that was designed to troll specifically Crazy Four Blades. Is this matchup a quarterfinal? So this matchup is technically a showcase match before the bracket actually starts tomorrow. It's a friendly exhibition / grudge match / player who wins this gets to trash talk the other one. So Ren finds holy glasses, by the way. Has he checked the glasses location? Is that where he's going to right now? Because he hasn't done Cerberus. He hasn't done Granfaloon. He still needs to check those bosses, but I guess he wants to get holy glasses out of the way now. So he hasn't done it yet. So we're going to find out right here, right now, if Ren finds a useful item here that locks Crazy Four Blades out of progression, it's over, because he does not have the gold ring in his inventory. And it also means that the second castle progression was the gold ring and not the merman statue, most likely. This kind of is the make or break moment for all of us. Yeah, Ren had a duplicator. I missed where he picked it up, but he found one. The suspense is killing me. If you believe in Crazy Four Blades, you need this to be junk. You need this to be nothing. It needs to be a waste of time. And it is. Oh, it's Soul of Bat. Oh, he also missed picking up the relic on the way up. I've never seen that before. Welp. GG's? Because I'm pretty sure that is meant to be the progression item that unlocks Spike Breaker location. Because Echo of Bat was found by Crazy Four Blades in the second castle. So, funny enough, Crazy Four Blades lost that 50-50. Because in that scenario, I think it's a 50-50 between Echo of Bat or Soul of Bat being in that location. Because they both, as far as the randomizer completion goes, counts towards the same location. They both are a piece that leads to Spike Breaker. So with that in mind, I want to say GG's to Ren for winning the tournament. He won everything. He won Crazy Four Blades, his dog, his mom. Everything belongs to him now. And Ren is going straight to Spike Breaker, which is a little strange because you still need to fight Scylla, right? It's an all bosses preset, so I guess he's going to come back for Scylla. He's assuming that he's going to find Merman statue at Spike Breaker, maybe? Yeah, all your dog are belong to us, etc., etc. Wow. Wild stuff here. Yeah, I don't know how Crazy comes back from this, because he's missing out on Soul of Bat now, just due to his second castle routing. Vlad at Holy Symbol. I don't know if it's possible for it to be... I guess it'd have to be the random Vlad, right? But even then, I don't know. Crazy would then have to do... I guess he can do Spike Breaker with just Mist and Power of Mist, so it's not impossible, but yeah, I think Holy Symbol would have to be a random Vlad. That's the only win condition now, and even then, I think Ren's movement might be so good with the items that he has that he'll be able to catch up without the merman statue. I don't know. Depends on what's here, and it's nothing. Oh, it's a familiar card. We are so back. Everybody who believes in Crazy Four Blades, we are so freaking back. It was nothing. Oh my God. Huge? Huge? Whoa. How does the complexity chain work then? Has Ren done Silver Ring yet, actually? He must have, right? I mean, Ren is stacking his lead. Like, his movement is just going to be better the whole time. But he doesn't have Merman statue. That is the end-all, be-all. Also, Crazy is not going to... I guess he's not going to find Soul of Bat, which is going to slow him down a little bit, but I don't know. Ren did do Silver Ring. Okay. Then in that case, Crazy's also going to need to find that duplicator wherever Ren found it. I'm not sure where he found it, but he's going to need to find that duplicator if he wants a friggin' snowball's chance in hell at coming back. Spike Breaker found. Okay. It was in the library. Bat was at the Holy Glasses location, which Crazy Four Blades will not have access to because he doesn't have Gold Ring. Gold Ring is, I believe, at the Castlevania 3 trio, or he's at Akmadon, something like that, which he has not done yet. So he'd have to go all the way to Second Castle. Ren does decide to use his reverse library card to now do Second Castle stuff. Oy, oy, oy. This is what I'm afraid of. For Crazy, he does have the advantage of getting Merman early, but Ren also never did Scylla. He did all the bosses in the first castle, except for Scylla. Does he know he didn't do Scylla? Is he aware that he didn't do Scylla? Oh, he knows that Merman statue has to be Final Vlad because he checked Spike Breaker. Okay, never mind. So he's fine. He's already routed this in. Never mind. Ren, as much as I like to dog on him for his over-the-top personality, he is a very smart rando player. He is well aware that he knows Final Vlad basically guaranteed to be at Holy Symbol right next to Scylla, so he doesn't have to do Scylla right now. Yep, makes sense. I thought he was gambling on the merman situation, but I guess not.
Make them your slaves.
And also, I want to say thank you to Ryan's Guard for the 2 gifted subs. Shout outs to everybody getting gifted subs today. Thank you everybody for subscribing and watching and hanging out tonight. I very much appreciate it. Tonight's been a lot of fun. It's been an absolute blast. Couldn't help or couldn't ask for a better front page Twitch day. So thank you guys. You know what could actually save Crazy Four Blades? Ren freaking dying? Why was he at 56 life? The duplicator does lower your defense. All it takes is one slip up from a Guardian, maybe. Ren drops a Wing Smash in one wrong spot, and then yeet! Hits him with the overhead chop. Does all of his freaking HP in one single hit, and he explodes. It's possible. Meanwhile, I am just not looking at the shop. Okay, Duplicator was just purchasable in the shop. Because, yeah. Crazy definitely, yep, bought the Duplicator. Yerp. Yerp! He's got them Buffalo Stars. He's got High Potion. Don't you have a Mana Prism, or did you use all of them? Crazy should know where to get Mana Prisms, because they were droppable from the guy. But I don't see any in his inventory. They're droppable from Gremlins, apparently, but... It was the Yorick, I think. So he must have used all of his Mana Prisms by now, which is really unfortunate, because Ren did not. Rough. And that's not a pun on the fact that this is a wolf-centric rando seed. Oh well. Beep, 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 beep. They just put the Zelda theme in the middle of this bonus track. They just did it and thought no one would notice. It's actually interesting considering the fact that, fun fact about Zelda, I'm doing research on some silly stuff for a Metroidvania history, the history of Metroidvanias. And you would think the Metroid series would have some influence on Symphony of the Night, but Igarashi claims that Metroid was not necessarily the influence for the unlocking different routes and abilities and whatnot in SotN, but it was actually Zelda 3. A Link to the Past was the game that supposedly inspired Igarashi. And that's not the first time that a open structure 2D Metroidvania style Castlevania was attributed not to a Metroid game for its influence. The first Castlevania that many people like to point as the first true Metroidvania, Castlevania 2, the creator of that game references a completely different game as inspiration and not Metroid at all. It's really weird that it happened twice. Because right before Castlevania 2, the original Metroid comes out like 2 years earlier, and then before Symphony of the Night comes out 3 years earlier is Super Metroid. You would think that maybe there's some sort of back and forth going on. No. Apparently there's no correlation. The Castlevania devs are like, Metroid, what's that? I don't know what that is. All I know is Castlevania. We should call them Zelda-Vanias then. True. That is a much better name. Speaking of underrated Metroidvanias, Zelda 2, apparently. Many people don't view it as a Metroidvania. But also the whole, like, genre pre-Symphony of the Night is murky at best for what should or shouldn't count. But also, putting games in the Metroidvania genre that are like controversial as Metroidvanias is like a tale as old as time because the genre name is silly. Called a SotN-like to get the Souls-like crowd. It's true. It's true. Yeah, Metroidvania is such a dumb name. Unlike my favorite genre of all time, the Souls-like and the roguelike. Yeah, naming a game after, or naming a genre after a specific game is so stupid. Anyways, I'm going to go play my roguelike, Souls-like, Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap Gets No Love. I actually agree. Is that the one that got remade, actually, in, like, 2017? With, like, hand-drawn graphics? Is that the one? One of the Wonder Boy games got remade, and I think it was the Dragon's Trap. And I've been meaning to play the remake. Because it looks really good. Yeah, shoutouts to Wonder Boy. One of the early games, because it was the third game in the series or fourth game in the series. I think it was whichever one the Dragon's Trap ended up being. Was when they swapped over from being like level-based 2D platformers to actually doing the open world Metroidvania style thing. Very interesting. Eldenvania Symphony of the Ring. One could dream. That would literally be a wet dream for me specifically. Oh, two of my favorite games of all time get to slam together and have a baby live in front of me while I watch, I'm happy. Zork, the original Metroidvania? Zork? When did Zork come out? And also, what is Zork? I didn't find Zork anywhere in my research on Metroidvanias. Kirkula, you might be breaking my video essay wide open. It's a text-based adventure game. That probably doesn't count. It probably doesn't count then. From the 70s, obviously adventure games are a huge influence on the Metroidvania genre, so I will give you that, and that might be worth quoting, because the earliest Metroidvania I found was Below the Root,
I'm coming.
which I think came out in 70 as well, or 78. When was Below the Root? '84. Never mind, I was way off. Technically, it was 83, but it was December 31st, 83, so they call it 84. Shrug. Anyways, Ragnell is definitely how you say that. Thank you for the 3 months of subbing. Much appreciated. Thank you. Zork is a progenitor RPG. Adventure games had a huge influence because Below the Root is essentially if you took a point-and-click adventure or like a text-based adventure, but put platforming elements into it. And from my research, that's the first game to do platformer plus adventure game, where it's like, laundry list of items. You grab this item that then lets you grab this item, which then lets you grab this item, et cetera, that like adventure games have been doing for a long time. But it put it in the 2D platformer sphere. E.T. is actually a roguelike. Okay. Dude, retro, like true ass, like old ass retro games, shit on like the Amiga or like the Commodore or Apple II. That shit is crazy. Anyways, I've not been paying attention to this speedrun at all because, yeah, like I said, it all came down to, is Ren's route going to be more efficient than Crazy's? And looking at the screen, Ren has one boss left on his tracker, plus saving Richter. And he's still missing a few Vlad relics, though. Well, there's one of them. Heart of Vlad acquired. Guys, they're in the same room. They're basically tied, right? This race surely is close. Where are all the relics? The most important relic, Soul of Bat, was found by Ren because he had the gold ring. And Crazy didn't. Crazy also stuck to doing the second castle as much as he possibly could. And by doing so, the route just ended up being slower. E.T. is now an ass-like to me. Oh my god. Let's go. Where's the fifth Vlad? I imagine it's one of the locations that Ren skipped here in the caverns.
That's going to be a new sub alert.
Yo, they call me Mr. Stark. Thank you for that Prime sub. Primers, please. As always, rise up if you can. Free way to help support your boy. It's great. They're doing the same check. This is going to be Final Vlad, and I think Merman Statue is probably the actual relic that's missing, because Ren, I think, beelined it to Spikebreaker because he found he found Bat at the Holy Glasses location, and he knew one of the rings was in Second Castle. So his progression made sense. The only downside is that it caused him to skip a bunch of stuff, but they're all right next to each other, so it doesn't matter. So I'm pretty sure the fact that it was Scylla, Merman Statue, and Holy Symbol all had Vlad relics is kind of insane. On top of all the other insane thing that happened in the seed is pretty wild. I'm pretty sure, yeah, Ren's going there directly because it's probably the only check he hasn't done at this point. So Ren, he's basically doing a 100% seed here, but his route was just so much more efficient. That early Duplicator, yeah. Boners, you may now rise. Please rise. The final relic has been found. Jeez Louise. Well, yeah, that's another positive about priming is you can drop the boners in the chat. You can drop your D-Blitz boners. Shout out to all the primers. Boot up the Virtual Boy. What do you mean? I'll just play the Virtual Boy $100 game extension for my Nintendo Switch 2, which already costs $500. Why would I play the Virtual Boy any other way? I can't believe they brought back the Virtual Boy. The cycle of Nintendo is on top of the world, into Nintendo does the dumbest shit ever, into Nintendo is on top of the world, into Nintendo does the dumbest shit ever. The cycle just keeps repeating, man. Why are there two games running? Because this is a race between two players. These players are both trying to beat the game faster than each other. We have Crazy Four Blades on the left and Ren on the right. Renontrol. And Ren is in what we like to call go mode. He has nothing stopping him from going to the end of the game. Crazy Four Blades, on the other hand, is missing 2 Vlad relics, as well as a few bosses that he needs to clear before he's technically in go mode. I'll let you be the decider as to who you think is going to win the race. I am online at this crazy late hour. This is true. Yes. Yes. Love the game, never did beat it. Now's your chance to at least watch people beat it. It'll be over in like 3 minutes. Probably less than that. Yeah, I'm so good at the game, I'm playing 2 games at once with no hands. This is a perfect rando game. Yeah, shoutouts to Wild Mouse. The initial version of the randomizer that we're still using to this very day, made all the way back in 2019 by the GOAT himself. And Ren is waiting here to finish a crazy race. Honestly, it was a wild ride. It all came down to that early game decision making, which is pretty brutal for Crazy Four Blades, that's for sure. But he's not even like that far behind in the grand scheme of things, but the duplicator mattered a lot, and the Soul of Bat mattered a lot. And honestly, a big part of it too was Ren deciding to do the double save split as soon as he got to the first castle. That unironically saved him a ton of time on some of the checks. It allowed him to make a lot of progress with minimal backtracking, I want to say. So not bad at all. As usual, tourney matches being decided by early decisions. It's not always the deciding factor, but it happens a lot. It does. A lot of it is execution too. You still have to execute. And the decision making also is a skill, because oftentimes it comes down to things like, I didn't do this because I wasn't comfortable enough to do it. Therefore, it was a skill check at the time. Things like fighting Beelzebub early. Some players might think, I don't want to fight Beelzebub right now. I'm going to skip him and just go somewhere else. Or I don't want to go this direction because there's a lot of scary enemies and it's early game and I want to go another direction. So there is still skill involved in those decision making, because some players are more comfortable with other decisions and it kind of pushes them down a specific path. But there it is. GG's. We'll get these players in for a quick little chat about it. Yo, GG's.
Jeez.
What a seed, huh? What a seed.
What a seed.
You played it pretty well, Ren. There was a world where things could have went very differently because Crazy stayed in the second castle, but the movement advantage that you got from getting the duplicator, solo bat, all that other stuff. And I think you just routed the first castle very well. It was enough that the advantage didn't matter.
Man, when I saw sword card on Spike Break, I said, I can't fucking believe this was happening.
It was pretty rough, yeah. The odds of that, it was, from our perspective, was a 50-50. So from what we saw, we said if there's anything at Holy Glasses, it's like so over because Crazy had skipped the gold ring. At that point, he just didn't go that direction. So it made things a little interesting for a little while. And then it turned out that your movement was just like so much better at that point with the duplicators, the bat, and everything that you were able to clean up incredibly quickly.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was one of those seeds where staying in the second castle ended up, again, being a bit of a detriment. So the meta keeps flipping. We thought staying in the second castle was strong. We thought early first castle is bad. And these last two seeds have kind of proven it wrong. So it might just be a case-by-case basis thing.
I think I learned my lesson. You know, I found one library card, buy items. No more.
Gotcha.
I didn't find a library card till one dropped from a blue Axe Knight.
Oh, jeez.
there's another enemy that drop a library card. Also, Diplocephalus drops Varda, but I also get on the way to Galamov. But
Yeah.
I don't remember the enemy that dropped library card now. But I'm 100% sure I saw another enemy dropping a library card.
Gotcha. Well, thank you all both. I know it's late. I'm going to let you guys get out of here. Thanks again for this tournament showcase.
You don't want a best of 5? No?
You don't want a best of 5? Yeah, fucking go to fucking casual where you belong, fucking crap.
Oh
Lord, he's
God.
coming! He's coming! What
Yeah,
do
no,
I do?
I think I'm done. And I've only just been watching these. I can't imagine how much playing you guys have done today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the races. It's been a fantastic stream, and a big part of that, all of it, is you guys' gameplay, both in the prelims and in this. So thanks a lot. I appreciate y'all.
I hope everyone was entertained.
Yeah, thanks for having
Chat's been loving it, that's for sure. We get our first official tournament match in the bracket starting tomorrow, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Good stuff. If you need help with comms, just let me know.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yep.
Same as long as I'm not in class, I can do something.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're going to be doing the Brazilian release stream, right?
Yeah, I need to do the Brazilian Randomizer stream, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. You're
You're a
good.
liar. You're a liar and a filthy cheater.
Well, that opens up a spot.
Chupa meu pau, please.
All right. I'm getting out of here. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.
Thank you.
You too.
Thank you.
Okay. Those guys are so funny. GG's to both of them. Thank them, everybody in chat, for the fantastic showcase between Crazy Four Blades and Ren. Shout outs to them. We had a lot of fun tonight. The tournament match stuff has been a lot of fun. My voice is so freaking dead. I could be doing some speedruns right now, but I think it's already late enough for me. I haven't eaten, so we'll cut stream there. Thank you all for watching. Thanks to everybody who's watching on the front page of Twitch. Don't forget to follow the stream, twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. Click that follow button. Check me out. I also got YouTube content if you're interested in that. I have a daily uploads channel, my second channel, as well as the main channel where I should be posting soon. Very soon. We got fun scripted content there if you want to check those both out. Thank you all for hanging out tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern for more tournament action on the stream. Stay tuned, and I'll see you guys then. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye. Good night. Bye-bye.